Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is Your Weather Tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, good Thursday evening, everybody. We finally did it as we went through the late afternoon. We had a little bit of clearing around the area, and in fact, as we're now heading into the evening, you're able to make out a bit of a sunset across North Texas. Of course, it's been a very cloudy week. We've been dealing with rain, clouds, fog, drizzle, essentially every day since late on Sunday. But we've got a little reprieve now this evening, but really as we go through the evening, the clouds will begin to build back in. In fact, by sunrise tomorrow morning, could even be a little bit of patchy fog back around the area. Temperatures this evening through the 50s, so chilly but not overly cold. The winds do remain light. Again, we're dry this evening, we're dry tonight, but as promised, as we get into tomorrow, Friday, our next storm system arrives. And again, for tomorrow, we're talking about rain, maybe even a little bit of thunderstorm activity as well. So high-res visible satellite, we don't show this too often. In fact, it's even kind of hard to make out geographical areas. The sun is setting, so we're even losing some visibility on this. DFW, I labeled that there. You can see the area of white throughout the afternoon that did not really move much at all. That was the low-grade dense cloud cover, right? But as we went through the late afternoon, you saw we began to kind of burn some of that off. We began to erode some of that, but it's essentially a temporary thing. Again, that begins to build back in overnight. But the other neat feature, again, you can see at the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, the fast flow, the clouds that are actually moving at a fairly high rate of speed there, that has to do with our approaching storm system that, again, will be arriving tomorrow. Again, we'll talk more about that coming up. But otherwise, this evening, tonight, again, we're dry, right? Looking in North Texas, really even looking around the Lone Star State, not a lot going on this evening. The upper level storm system that did bring us all the active weather for several days this work week, it's now well off to our east. You can see active weather in the deep south, even a few reports of severe weather down there. And again, ongoing rain, chillier rain up across parts of the Midwest, even moving into parts of the Northeast. You can very well and very evidently see that storm. You can see the dip there. So again, this storm system here, we'll call it Storm 1. That one continues to pull away. But again, directly on its heels, we have this secondary storm right here. But again, this one's moving at a fairly high rate of speed. So again, it's going to be in and it's going to be out very quickly, just kind of giving us a narrow window of, again, tomorrow, Friday, with an opportunity of rain. And again, yes, some thunderstorm activity as well. I don't really see much of any in the way of severe weather. A severe storm can't really be ruled out completely, but I don't see organized severe weather. But could there be a few claps of thunder? Could there be a wind gust, maybe up around 50? Not impossible, right? So highlighting at least the opportunity of a strong, but not necessarily severe storm as we go through tomorrow. And this is the reason why. This is future instability. And, if you have really no instability, you're generally just talking about rain. You have low end instability like this right here. Again, you get a couple claps of thunder, but really no organized severe weather. And then as these colors get brighter and hotter, of course, typically in spring here in North Texas, that's when we're talking about organized severe weather. But again, you see the blue showing up there. Very, very limited instability as we go through tomorrow. But again, this evening, tonight, we're basically dry. But by sunrise tomorrow morning, you see a few scattered showers begin to develop out to the west. We'll be watching for kind of this quasi-dry line developing out in the big country. That will move in. We should see a broken line of thunderstorms near the dry line. That will also move through as we go through tomorrow late afternoon, tomorrow evening. And then by very early Saturday morning, you can see what's left of the activity, again, essentially pulling away at a high rate of speed as well. And then as we go through Saturday, as we go through Sunday, and really as we go through a good part of next week, we're going into essentially a dry pattern. Not overly impressive rainfall amounts, pretty scattered. But again, a few locations picking up a quarter, maybe a half an inch of rain. Some folks picking up much less than that. And some folks, unfortunately, may stay completely dry tomorrow with that system as well. 40s overnight tonight. By sunrise tomorrow morning, there's kind of that scattered opportunity out to the west of a few showers developing. And then as we go through tomorrow, Friday, 50s, maybe even a few 60s in our southern counties, there's that increasing opportunity of rain and storms moving across the area. Friday night, early Saturday morning, temperatures in the 40s. And then as we go through Saturday, as a frontal boundary moves through, not a lot of cold air with this, but at least kind of checking our temperatures down back into the 50s. Again, once we get through there, really a good-looking weekend. And in fact, good-looking weather continues all the way through most of next week as well.